all, today I'm so excited to bring to you guys my summer previews. Now last week I did an entire list of the summer previews that I was really looking forward to, a long list of what I'm gonna check out this season for first impressions. Today I wanted to give you guys an even more narrowed and detailed list of my summer preview favorites. To quickly give an explanation, this list only encompasses my favorites, so the ones that I'm really looking forward to. If you guys are looking for a longer list of the series that I'm going to look for in the certain genres that I review, you guys can check out the link below to littlecloudcuriosity.com at the summer preview section. Other first impressions have already gone up for some of the series that came out last week because the summer season is just really kicking off so quickly. I feel like I barely had a break between spring and summer, but I'm so pumped because summer is always my favorite season of all the anime seasons. In the description box below, you guys can check out a list of all the anime that I'm gonna mention in this vlog. If you're specifically looking for something, you can check out the times references. They will all be listed below. Of course, there's no way any one person can review everything, so this is just my personal taste, what I personally like. I usually stick to a lot of fantasy, slice of life. The animation company is big for me. I care a lot about which Japanese voice actors are acting in which anime. Taking all that into consideration, of course, my taste is gonna vary from your taste or anyone else's taste. Again, every season I encourage you guys to try something new. So if you hear something that you don't know about or you hear something that is like utterly out of your comfort zone, I also encourage you guys to give that a try because I have done that last week and I have found some really cool anime. Alright, so everybody knows that Fate's Day Net Unlimited Blade Works ended last season and I have a void in my heart where all of my Type Moon, Ufotable, Fate feels are, but I'm so excited because this summer Fate Kaleid liner Prisma Illya Season 3 is returning. I reviewed the first 2 seasons on my blog episode by episode. I really like the Magic Girl spin-off. I know a lot of people are a little bit turned off by it because it's a little bit fluffy, but I do enjoy the Magic Girl genre a lot, which is why I like the Fate Kaleid liner adaptation with Illya. The series actually pokes fun at a lot of Magic Girl elements or like typical tropes you would see in those shows. Every season I feel like we're really rushed with Illya because there's just so much to tell in every single arc and there's just not enough time to keep it into all 12 episodes. So I'm very glad that the season is going to continue for more of Illya. If you guys are fans of Fate's Day Net, you might want to give this one a try. I don't know how well regular fans will enjoy this, but of course there's just more of the franchise for those of you guys who are interested in seeing your familiar characters. The art style is also really cutesy, I think. So Fate Kaleid liner Prisma Illya is just a personal favorite of mine that I'm looking forward to. Alright, next series that I'm actually super looking forward to is called Akagami no Shirayuki Hime, and it's basically an anime adaptation of the original Snow White fairy tale, except they add a little bit of a twist into it. I really love anime series that are inspired by fairy tales or fables because I really think it ties a little bit into your childhood whilst putting in some new action or fantasy or more mature themes that will keep you very engaged through a timeless story. Akagami no Shirayuki is about a girl who has red hair in a land that red hair is not very prominent. The premise actually reminds me a lot of Dawn of the Arcana, a red-haired girl who's just very vibrant, very spunky. Rather than actually being a princess like in Dawn of the Arcana, the Akagami girl actually ends up marrying a prince and she runs away from him. She kind of goes on a little bit of an adventure and I really like the way that it's kind of set out in the promotional video. It gives you those classic elements of fantasy, exploration, and adventure. I find that both familiar and very intriguing. Like, I'm very excited to see how they're going to tell this story differently. I have had no prior contact with the story, so I'm just really looking forward to seeing how this is going to be animated. The cast of this series actually features one of my favorite voice actors as the main character, and that's Nobuhiko Okamoto. He was Mikoto from Gekkan Shoujo and Yoichi from Owari no Sera from last season, so if you guys are interested in more of his work, you guys can also look forward to this series. One of my most anticipated anime this season, it is called Charlotte. It is brought forth by PA Works this season. PA Works is really going for it. We failed a little bit because of Glasslet, picked it up because of Shirobako, and I'm really interested to see how Charlotte is going to take more slice of life and reinvent it and represent these themes to us. Now for this series, I have seen the first episode for, so I will leave a link below to my first episode impressions. As well, I will be doing a vlog on this very soon. I really like Charlotte. It takes place in a world where adolescents find themselves with superpowers, and as such, they are recruited into a special academy in high school so that they can be monitored and kind of trained to use these powers. Now these powers will either develop accordingly or they'll disappear. Teenagers will actually outgrow these powers. So I'm actually really excited to see what they're gonna do with this series. Right off the get-go with the first episode, everything is laid out. We barely have time for an opening and ending sequence, and what I really liked about it is you get all the introductions right out of the way and you just dive right into it. There's about 5 to 6 characters in Charlotte, and it actually reminds me a bit of the Nagi no Asukara setup, another series that I really love. So if you guys are looking for something that will potentially tug at your heartstrings, definitely go and check out Charlotte this season. Charlotte also happens to be directed by the same person who directed Angel Beats, Yoshiyuki Asai, so you can definitely definitely look forward to something that's going to be very well visually presented. The next series is also a really big one that a lot of people are looking forward to. It's called Gate, Jietai, Kanochi, nite, Kaku, Tatakeri. I have watched the first episode of this already. I actually found it quite weird because it mixed a lot of old medieval fantasy elements in an RPG setting with real life elements. In terms of visuals, I found it really awkward. But basically the story takes place in regular day Tokyo where a mysterious gate appears and monsters start flooding out. The government goes a little bit crazy trying to figure out where this gate is from, where it's gonna take us. And the main character's name is Itami. He's inside the military. He ends up being in the squadron that is entering through the gate to this new world. So right now only one episode is out, but a lot of people said that the premise was very eye-catching and actually quite interesting. So if you guys are looking for something a bit different, definitely something that shakes up the fantasy genre, probably try Gate. I have no idea what it's gonna do right now, but I believe Gate is based off a light novel. If you are interested in more of the story ahead of the anime, you can check out the light novel. Also, one of the series that I did not feature on my spring season preview, but I actually thoroughly enjoyed in the first episode is called Gangsta. The first episode of Gangsta actually opened up the summer anime season for me. I watched the first episode in the raw Japanese and I actually really enjoyed it. I started watching it because I had nothing to watch last week and I ended up staying because of the two voice actors that are voicing Nicholas and Warwick, Junichi Suwabe and Tsuda-ken. Tsuda-ken, I really loved him in K-Project. He was the Red King. Junichi Suwabe, we heard him last season from Uta no Prince-sama as Ren, and we also heard him in Fate's Stay Night as Archer. Really excited to see them do like super badass stuff together. They have really deep, rich voices, and they're just such seasoned veterans in the industry that I'm just really excited whenever I see them cast in anything. Gangster is actually a really complex and mature series. It handles a lot of mature themes and mature content, so it's not for everyone, and it's not something that I usually review. I usually stick a lot with like fantasy, slice of life, and shoujo. Occasionally shonen and action as well, but I never delve into anything that's too dark because that just isn't usually my taste. However, I do think that Gangster is really worth checking out. The art style is very grungy, very neutral, almost monotone kind of colors. It sets the atmosphere very well, and I actually think atmosphere is everything in Gangsta. The story does get quite complex because it has to deal with mafia, gangs, drug dealings, a lot of that stuff. For the manga, it has done very well in the past few years, and it is licensed over here for North American and English viewers. So if you're interested in Gangsta, you can check it out in the anime this season, or you can check out the manga if you want to read ahead. Finally, the last series that I want to talk about is called Junjou Romantica Season 3. I am so excited. This one's just a little bit of a personal one for me. I know some of you guys who subscribe to me are into boys love or yaoi or shoujo. You might enjoy Junjou Romantica. Junjou Romantica is one of those really light, easy, fluffy boys love series that a lot of girls get into as a gateway series into the genre. So if you have never seen anything in the boys love genre and you're looking to kind of get into more of these stories and more of this type of romance, Junjou Romantica is a really good series to start with. Also Sekaiichi Hatsukoi by the same author. The mangaka is great. I love her humor. She makes me laugh out loud so much. I actually personally like Sekaiichi Hatsukoi more, but I know that Junjou has a lot of fans. It's a little bit more mature than Sekaiichi, but it has characters crossed over from both series, which I really like. Also, last night I downloaded the new spin-off adaptation for Little Witch Academia, the Magic Parade. I actually found that quite interesting. It was produced as a collaboration between Trigger and Good Smile Company. Really weird mix, but you can definitely see Trigger's cartoon, westernized kind of comic anime style inside this particular movie. The movie is about an hour long and it's basically about these three witches who have to plan a parade for their school. It's very straightforward and at times I found it a little bit immature, but also very entertaining because it reminded me a lot of those childhood cartoons that you watch that are really, really fun, and it does have like a really nice happy ending, so I really enjoyed that. It just released a few days ago, so if you guys are interested in that, you guys can also check it out. I wanted to mention it really quickly because it's not particularly on my previews list. Alright, so these are the series that I'm most looking forward to this season. I am keeping a detailed schedule of when each of the pilots are coming out, so for as many as I can handle, I will do a first impression series episode for everything. The most important thing here is that there is a poll linked below in the description box, so if you have a specific series that you really want to see reviews for or first impression vlogs for or full series for, you can go vote for that in the poll, and if I missed anything, you guys can also leave that in the poll. I will check all those results in 1 or 2 weeks, and I will take all that into consideration when I'm deciding whether to do series vlogs, recaps, and how I'm going to schedule everything. If you guys like this video, don't forget to hit like or subscribe for more from me. First impression vlogs are coming very soon, of course, and until then, I hope you guys are well, and I will talk to you guys in my next video very soon. Bye!